podcast dedicated to the lore, legends, and myths surrounding the creatures that may lurk in your backyard. My name's Hewitt.
I'm Chris. How you doing, man?
I'm all right.
Yeah, I guess that's all we have right now.
It's
right.
It's the last day of spring break. I go back to work Monday. I spent all of spring break sick. I had a cold, and it was one of those that if it hadn't been spring break, yes, I would have been at work and miserable. But
I've been mostly at work. Haven't had too much go down.
I've planted the garden, done all the yard work, trimmed the hedges, had to fix Vincent's window because he pulled his curtain rod out, so now it has more support. And
wow.
Yesterday was the day that had all the little things, as we were playing Draw Still and our friend Moose had to go, "Oh, your first world problems," just to tease me. He's not 100% wrong. Because first thing that happened, something deflated the pool in the middle of the night, and now I still haven't gone out there and refilled the ring, and
it's just a raccoon that was like,
I'm fairly certain it was a cat that popped it because it jumped in, and it was like, oh shit, this is like a 2-foot deep pool.
Like, oh, there's water in here.
And freaked out. So I gotta find the leaks, patch them, reinflate, because right over here in that box is the pump so that we could filter the water and I don't have to refill it as often.
So you just can leave it out.
And clean it and all that, yeah. So
is there a specific tape you get to plug the holes?
Yeah, well, I've got two different patches. I got the generic Walmart adhesive patch,
right?
And then I got the stuff like the Never Wet flex tape kind of patch that has the Flex Seal goo plus rubber.
So you're just gonna be like, pow,
yeah. I'm hoping I can just Billy Mays this.
I mean, I would rather do that than buy a whole new fucking pool.
It's $100 for another pool last year. I don't know how much it's gone up now because that shit came from China.
Well, stuff from China right now is pretty cheap.
Well,
I actually, I bought I am like you this year because I'm actually using Temu.
It's not bad for certain things.
Well, it's like when you get down to it, like you were right and Ruby's right. It's like, despite where the ethical concerns of where it comes from, it's like it's the same thing with pretty much everything. I mean, in fact, a lot of the stuff you buy on Temu is just debranded or stuff without the branding.
Yeah, it is. Like leatherworking tools, woodworking measurement tools, the ones I've ordered. I have seen a few, and I keep an eye on it. Hey, do you want this measurement? And I'm like, no, because that's going to bend. Because that's really thin aluminum. Also, I'm looking at it. You are off by the 3rd inch on measurement because you misprinted. No, sir. I'm good. But let's see. Then the next thing was I took food out to thaw to cook for dinner yesterday. And it was the last bit. It was one bag of chicken or something that we missed from when the freeze.
Stank.
When I opened it up, the chicken smelled like mayonnaise. Yeah, I know. That was my same expression. And then I painted Vincent's wall I had to patch the wall and fix it. So I grabbed the only green paint I could find.
And it didn't match at all.
No, it was... So Emily and I figured out where that green paint goes to. It is from his Lego table. It is the green I painted his Lego table.
Oh.
That's that green. So then I went to Home Depot this morning, got the right paint, and then I found all the tester pots of paint on a different shelf in my shed, and I had the paint for his room. It was $6. So it's not that big a deal. So I got that done. So yesterday, every little thing that could kind of mess up a project and slow it down, I'm like...
Yeah, not necessarily just things coming down, but it's like a little bitty.
Yeah, none of this is was actually bad. It was all Moose said. This is all the first world problem. It was back, to back.
It's just enough to annoy you.
The back, and then I made the mistake of checking news on Reddit,
Well, I mean, that's not good.
That's ill-informed at all times.
So I mean, I'm just like, I'm having to avoid certain subreddits because I'm like, I don't know if there's, I mean, maybe dead internet theory is like coming to Reddit, but there are like just certain posts just have influx of like the most unhinged people.
Yeah, I saw the one you posted about like reparations and people like just going off on a thing, and I'm like,
yeah, it's like, okay, yeah, sure, the UN doing that resolution is kind of like a virtue signal or whatever, but then people are like, but what about the Africans who had slaves? What about Muslim? It's like, dog, they're talking about the transatlantic slave trade. They're not
like,
talking.
Are you going to get them to do this? I'm like, all right, one, I want you to realize the scale of which, like, because I just taught this not that long ago in world history. 80% of slaves sold along the West African coast went to the New World. 20% were sold either to Southern Africa, and most of them, again, got turned around and resold, or they got sold to East Africa and North Africa to Islamic lands, but there's a huge difference. Islamic slave traders were specifically looking for women.
Yeah.
For harems and household services. Also, slavery in Muslim areas and in Africa itself was a status that could end. It was not hereditary, and it was not
chattel. Yeah.
And it was not race-based. Anyone
could be a slave, and anyone can work themselves out.
Yeah.
On paper, usually not, but...
No, what I'm saying is like, it wasn't an inherited status. Like, if...
Right. Well, that's chattel slavery.
Right.
It's like, essentially, you are chattel. You are...
Well, I mean, it's the same root word of cattle. But,
yeah.
And then when you get to the transatlantic slave trade, that is such a sin. 1 in 6 or 1 in 12 enslaved persons died in the transatlantic slave crossing. Like, didn't even make it.
Right.
To, like, I hate to say it this way, didn't make it to the real bad part. Like, they went through like a really terrible part.
And then there was the lifelong
enslavement on a sugarcane plantation. Because like, most slaves coming to the New World stayed in the Caribbean or went to Brazil.
And there should be something, because I've been seeing this pop up, this bit of misinformation. There was a lot of people that like to say only 2% of the U.S. owned slaves, but they always include the entire U.S. And
it's now, okay, it is a misleading number, but it's also not 100% incorrect. It's just that once you get past colonialism, like the last slave died in New York State in the 1820s because they abolished it. But if you were a slave, you were still grandfathered in as a slave until you died. It was like jacked up on how they got rid of it.
Well, I'm saying like in the South,
where in the South it continued.
Yeah,
but what I'm saying
the thing is, it's like when they say 2% of the U.S. Only 2% of the U.S. owned slaves, they're talking about like states that outlawed slavery at the time as well.
Yeah.
If you're talking about just slave owning states.
Well, the thing is that I want to make this incredibly clear. And you know what? I'm going to actually change the one I'm going to pull up because we're on this subject and it gives us a segue.
Uh-oh. Are you, is this going to be... Did I accidentally do something by bringing up the UN resolution?
No, it's just I do have a plantation, but it's not one of the big ones. The thing is that, yes, the U.S. as a whole needs to accept its part and its sin of slavery. And now, it is a Southern institution, but the thing is that until the Civil War, the entire U.S. economy was connected to the slave trade. Like, you might be a factory worker in Pennsylvania or Michigan and have never seen a slave, never owned a slave.
Right.
Like, but
you benefited from it.
You benefited from it because the whole country benefited from it. So my thing is like when people start wanting like just focus on the South, I'm like, I understand to a degree here, but we also, as America,
my thing
need to acknowledge the
my
sin.
thing wasn't, just to be clear, I wasn't saying that like I wasn't saying that like northern states or non-slave states were absolved completely or anything like that. I'm just saying that like when you look at where it's most prevalent, I think it's like 15 to 20%.
Yeah, down here. And the thing
owners.
that's even weird is that when you talk about slave owners in the South, most of the Southern population did not have the money. And I'm saying this intentionally this way, did not have the money to own a slave. I don't want to use the one that like apologists try to use. Oh, well, not everybody in the South owned slaves. I'm like, they saw it daily and
it was normalized.
Benefited from it. Like we said in a previous podcast, slaves in a field was the field back then. Like,
right.
There was no like, if you had never seen it, you're probably like, what the fuck is all of this? But like literally that was just how it was.
Yeah. And of course, like a lot of people who owned slaves were also just, they owned 2 or 3 slaves in a household.
Most households owned less than, yeah, you're right, owned less than 3. It's about 2% of the Southern population owned over 60% of the slaves. Because like we've mentioned with the Homa House, they had 4 plantations. McRaven House, they had 2 plantations. When we start hitting all the plantations that are in Natchez, because we're probably eventually going to go through this because they got so many left because they surrendered and saved all of them, like Longwood and several others. The really weird one, which I think I just said Longwood, the guy had 3 plantations in Louisiana, one in Vidalia and one in Lake Providence, and he lived in Natchez. When we talked about Lady LaLaurie, she had multiple plantations. When we talked about City Park, those were the work camp plantations for people who had plantations over in the 9th Ward in Carrollton and lived in town.
Yeah, it's kind of like
hyper wealthy people have always been fucking immoral
and causing massive damage. It's kind of like climate change in that way, where everyone likes to moralize. Like there's like this big thing where they moralize, like, oh, you need to lower your carbon footprint, but it's like your carbon footprint is nothing compared to like Amazon as a business,
100%.
Or Meta, or OpenAI.
Anyway, before we turn this into a rant, I'm going to tell you about Loyd Plantation.
Loyd Plantation.
Loyd Plantation. Have you heard of this one before?
No, I haven't.
It is located at 292 Lloyd Bridge Road in Sheneyville, Louisiana, about 16 miles south of Alexandria.
Sheneyville, is that spelled how I think it is?
How you think it's spelled?
Not how it's phonetically sounds.
CHENEYVILLE.
Okay, so it is.
It's phonetic. It's 16 miles south of Alexandria.
Because I was thinking of like Shenny Lake.
Yeah. This is the first time I think we've really dipped into Alexandria, and I got a couple from there now that are
in. I don't think. Yeah. Well, we did DeRitter, and that's kind of central LA. That's more
south. That's central west. Like, here's the thing. Talking to our friends in Lafayette, they talk about Alexandria as being a place they might go sometimes because it's like an hour and a half away.
Right.
Because they got the interstate. Alexandria has always been such a dead zone. Like, I had family there for a brief period, but like, I've never wanted to go to Alexandria. Alexandria doesn't really have a history of massive concerts recently. Like, Alexandria used to be almost as big as Monroe. And it's just kind of
there. Yeah, I don't think I've ever actually like set foot and just wandered Alexandria like I have in like Shreveport, Lafayette, New Orleans, Baton Rouge. Even Baton Rouge is like, it's been a long time since I've been there. Like,
I end up in Baton Rouge at least once a year because Alexandria is almost as big as Monroe. It's got 45,000 people. So it's actually rising in population right now because of data centers.
Oh, God, that might be us soon.
We got 47,000 in Monroe, so we're slightly bigger. The gap has been closer. The gap has been wider.
Right.
But, like, here's the thing. Alexandria has LSU satellite. It has Louisiana College. It's technically where LSU started. Like, there's a lot about Alexandria, like the Red River campaign, that is kind of cool, but Alexandria, like, we come from a mid-city. Like, it's very mid here.
Yeah. Like, are you talking about mid as in population or mid as in just, like, meh?
Meh. Like, it's
Yeah.
base. It's...
Yeah.
Alexandria is like that, but worse to me. Like, especially like when Lafayette is just a little bit
Further, yeah.
But Alexandria is still better than Lake Charles to me.
Like, there's another city I haven't, like, spent too much time in, but, like, it's just, what am I going to do? What do they have, like, are they the one with, like, the green gumbo?
Yeah, they have the green gumbo, but they also have all the oil refineries, so you can kind of tell when you're showing up because it looks like you're about to attack the Shinra Tower.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Anyway.
I mean, that's kind of like driving to on the causeway, but yeah.
So let's stop shitting on cities that are not much different than ours.
You want to hear about Shreveport?
No. Like, okay, let's be honest. The two cities we like are New Orleans and Lafayette.
That's true. I mean, Baton Rouge is there.
Dude, Baton Rouge gets hit by the fact that the I-10 extension through there is so terrible all the time. Like,
oh yeah, that's a death trap. Yeah,
and the capital is there. Like, it's the capital. I'm not gonna like it on principle. Abita's okay. Abita Springs,
but that's like that's not really like one of the big cities.
No, it's not. Like, this is sad. We've literally Thibodaux and Houma might be okay. We have never gone there. We might have to rectify that.
Thibodaux and Houma, I think they're like. I mean, everything I've heard, they're kind of just like. Maybe like a Ruston or...
We might need to hit... Well, Ruston's okay. So we found another city. We got 3 cities we're okay with. Yeah. None of them the one we live in. Okay, so Loyd Plantation is a 2.5/3-story classic revival style, a.k.a. neoclassical plantation house. It has 16-inch thick brick walls, which is noted on their website. Them walls be thick. It's very Greek-inspired. Large columned porch, symmetrical design, gabled roofs. About as classic plantation as you can get for its scale. It's not like a grand manor like they always try to show in...
It's not like what you see in, like, Interview with the Vampire, where it's like this giant... Which we talked about. That's where they filmed.
It was supposed to be based out on Bayou St. John.
Yeah.
And the thing is that most plantation house, like when we went to the plantation house at McRaven House, it's not
a huge house.
No, it's not big. Like
it looks a lot bigger from the outside than when you get in there. The rooms are just
kind of weird.
Yeah, I mean, well, it's like the old Southern style housing where it's like really high ceilings, big windows. It's there for airflow.
So, it's big, but it's not like palatial.
Right.
Now, a house was built by the Wells family around 1810 and was added onto by the following owners. William Loyd built the plantation home in 1820 when he was kicked out of his family in England. The Loyd, with 2 L's, of London Insurance.
Oh, that doesn't sound good.
No, this is big money. Like, he is the black sheep of an incredibly wealthy British family, and he got kicked out. He dropped an L from his name, so he's still Mr. Loyd, but not Lloyd.
He's not Lloyd.
He's not Lord Lloyd. And he moved to Shinnyville, Louisiana, and bought 640 acres of land.
It's so crazy back in the day, like, thinking about, like, these, like, at the time, incredibly wealthy people. But it's so weird thinking about, like, all the people that are, like, at the time, some of the most wealthy people, you know, old money, new money, whatever. And they always just move to, like, well, in our time, in our modern times, would be considered, like,
a backwater.
Yeah, backwater. Like, someone goes to, like, fucking like, some millionaire goes to Bastrop.
That actually,
like 1820.
That happened, but the thing is, think about what the technology gap would have been living in a big city versus living out on your plantation.
Massive. Like,
no, there wouldn't be a massive technology difference because there's not. I mean,
I figure you would have, like, infrastructure in terms of, like, electrical, but...
No, there's not electrical. There wasn't gas at this point. Everything is kerosene lantern and...
Wait, when did gas start coming
Okay,
out?
some places like big cities like London might have had gas lamps, but we're talking like 1820, man.
Oh.
So like, there's no electricity anywhere. There's no internet. There's no gas. There's none of this. You're not living that different from in the city. And if you got 640 acres, you don't got to buy meat at the store or buy eggs anywhere. You have the room to produce it yourself.
Yeah.
Now, when he bought the 640 acres, he bought 60 slaves, which immediately put him in the upper category of slave owners in the South. And he regularly fought with the Choctaw Indians over the area over disagreements on the contract.
Of course.
Now, on the farm, or I should say on the plantation, tobacco, corn, indigo, and sugarcane were farmed.
So you're saying it was fucking hell for the slaves?
Well, tobacco, indigo, and sugarcane would have been the worst ones. Corn?
Yeah, corn's not bad.
No, but
Sugarcane is fucking awful.
indigo and sugarcane are fucking high casualty rates. Tobacco is labor intensive, but it's an addictive substance. It and sugarcane are always gonna be bought at this time.
And I'm pretty sure, like, isn't tobacco like nutrient absorbing? Like, it just fucking lack of better term, it just dries out the soil.
It very much extracts.
Yeah.
Now, Loyd, this is where the story gets interesting, became a spy for both the Union and the Confederacy during the Civil War.
So he was just like, I'm just going to play both sides.
He was a double agent, but he got caught.
Oh, that's not good.
The Union tarred and feathered him and hung him as a spy in his own front yard and then occupied his house during the Red River Campaign.
Damn. Talk about getting owned.
Yeah, like, fuck, okay. Like, we're hitting this hard. There is no chill.
Well, to be fair,
he was a spy.
He was a spy. I mean, he was a spy for both sides. He was playing both ends. Maybe because he didn't want his farm to get hit, so he was
he spied. Okay, so he spied for the Union, so they would not occupy his house. But also, during the first year of the war, when New Orleans fell, because it did not last long in the war. The Emancipation Proclamation had not been made yet, so there was still a chance that the war ends, the South gets brought back into the Union. It could go back status quo, and they just hang the dudes that started the rebellion. Like, he might be like, my way of life might not change.
And then it was like, oh, shit's gonna change, so I better help these Confederates.
No, he also helped the Confederates because the thing that's weird about Louisiana, New Orleans fell quickly. And then the rest of the state it was cut off, so really it wasn't that important. But the Red River Campaign is not so much a Confederate victory as it was a Union failure on logistics. The march west into Texas was logistically ill-advised because, they marched through South Louisiana to Karen Crow. So
essentially what you're saying is that the Union was like, fuck this. They get like halfway through and they're like, okay, we're done.
It was more that the Red River dropped, so they couldn't use it to navigate, because the Red River, like, why is Rapides Parish called Rapides Parish? It had rapids. And why doesn't it have it anymore? During the Civil War, they dynamited them.
Oh, yeah, because they also destroyed the Great Raft, didn't they?
Yeah, the Great Raft was gone before that, but they blew up the rapids. They blew up the rapids in the Red River. Like, literally dynamited them so that boats could go up it. Because you used to have to wait till the river was high enough to pass over them.
So you're saying there is a timeline, if they didn't do that, we could go like whitewater rafting.
Yeah, red rapid. red water. Rapid.
Wow, we're fucking it up.
Yeah, we messed up. That is the unexpected
the
tongue
Redwater
twister.
Rapids.
But no, the thing is that they realized that they had already cut off Arkansas, Louisiana, southern Missouri, and Texas from the rest of the Confederacy by taking Vicksburg and taking Baton Rouge, taking New Orleans, and taking Port Hudson. Like, they shut down the Mississippi River became just the Unions.
Yeah.
Like, when people talk about, Robert E. Lee, like, yeah, Robert E. Lee could win all the battles he wanted. The Confederacy lost in the West, and that lost them the war. They lost New Orleans, their biggest city, the biggest port in the country at that time. They fucked up. But the thing is that very quickly the Union realized we don't need to take Shreveport. We don't need to go into Texas right now because the Confederacy's already failing. And yeah, we got these marauders and we'll send some dudes out to deal with them. But let them say Shreveport's the capital of Louisiana for the Confederacy.
Yeah.
Stay up.
At the end of the day, what is Shreveport compared to New Orleans at that time?
Well, not even just that. It's that it was effective use of manpower. Like, we don't have to. Also, think about how low the population is.
Yeah,
in western and northern Louisiana versus southern. Any case, so he got hung as a spy. Now, between the Civil War and 1934, the property was sold and abandoned about 20 times. So it was bought, abandoned, because it is very hard to maintain these old plantation houses when you have to pay the labor. Like, my response is plantation houses shouldn't still... keeping around as a thing to remember that slavery was a thing.
Yeah.
Yes. However, you should never be able to build a residence to live in that requires the labor to not be paid. Slave labor should never be required for you to maintain your business or your place of living. Kind of like if your business survives off coyotes bringing in people here undocumented, or survives because you don't pay your employees minimum wage because you hired disabled people, fuck you, Goodwill. Thank you for hiring disabled people, but pay them minimum wage.
At least, honestly, at this point, double minimum wage.
Well, they don't have to because of certain laws. They're like, well, if we paid all of these people minimum wage, it would ruin our business. Well, maybe your business should be ruined because your business model is shit, Kevin.
Yeah.
Anyway, before I start us on another rant, it became a school for young ladies from 1870 to about 1892.
That's a pivot.
That's like every plantation house became like a school for young ladies. Like, it's outside of the city. It's removed.
Yeah. Okay, I can kind of see that.
In 1943, it was bought by Mary Raxdell and renovated by her brother. In 1946, Mary died, and the Fitzgerald family bought the site, and they still own it today. It was later converted into a bed and breakfast at the center of the still active 640-acre farm. So today, Loyd Plantation is both a venue and a working farm. So it's one of the few plantations that still have the original acreage that it was bought with left, because most plantations have to chop it up. Now, again, from some of the reports, he bought more land and that was sold off. But the initial Loyd Plantation purchase is still there and is currently owned by the Fitzgerald family. Now, since that is the history.
So wait, what is the farm used for now? Like, is it
soybeans, corn?
So basic modern crops.
Anything that, like, they switch yearly, but most of the time it's corn, soybeans, sometimes it's cotton.
Okay. So, I mean, that's about what I would expect.
I mean, it's
from like a southern farm.
And to say this, that they've owned it since 46 and is still operating, 640 acres, this might sound weird to some listeners, is an incredibly small farm in the United States. Like, like you and me saying, oh, we have a 20-acre farm, like our buddy at Cannon over in Mississippi has 22 acres. That seems like a whole lot. And you could have a 22-acre farm, but that is tiny. 640 acres is still
not that much.
Incredibly small compared to some of these massive agribusiness farms that are thousands of acres. Like, everything south of us from Richwood to Columbia is owned by two corporations. Families operate them still, but they work for, like, they own their houses in the immediate land. The farm they work is owned by the company.
That makes me feel uneasy, really.
Considering that most of the land in the United States for farm is owned by less than 10 companies, it should. I
mean, less than 10 companies kind of own most things, too.
We're down to 6 on media.
Yeah.
Actually, 5. 5 when Paramount WB goes
I
through.
I fucking hate that.
That's a fucking monopoly.
It's not just Monopoly. It's just, I mean, it goes...
Remove the political opinions of the family that owns Paramount.
Yeah, I wouldn't want anyone...
Skydance and all that. Fuck them. Fuck them so much, but remove the politics from this. I don't care if it was you and me owned both of those. That is still too much of the media for movies and television production.
And news.
To be
comics.
Owned. Well, okay, they will not own the comics. They will own the movies.
So wait.
They have a share in DC Comics, but not majority share.
Okay.
But Warner Brothers owns all media rights to DC Comics.
Okay.
So like TV, movies, that's WB. That's Warner Brothers.
Well, I hope they don't get rid of James Gunn. I think he's under contract, and
you know they'll find a way if they want to.
Yeah.
Anyway, we have been spicy tonight on politics.
Yeah, I mean, I think that something just brought it out, and then
So, Ghosts. This is ostensibly, this is a supernatural and weird shit.
We were
podcast.
talking about ghouls before, but now we're talking about ghosts.
Yeah.
I see what I did there.
So, a lot of poltergeist activity, voices, cold spots, orbs. Again, I always put orbs in there because a lot of people go with them, but we live in the South. If we were to take a flash photo here in a couple weeks, when once we get fully into April and false summer starts, it's like it's still spring, yeah, but it's 88 degrees or 90 degrees outside. Fuck you, that's summer.
Yeah.
When all the mosquitoes and the bugs come out, we could take a picture. Look at all the orbs.
Yeah, it's actually pollen.
But not just pollen,
just bugs.
I already have mosquitoes popping up like assholes. Now, cold spots, again, I give cold spots more credence because where we live, the Propylium has a cold spot. Okay, it's fucking Indiana, bro, that there's a leak in that windowsill. Louisiana, it's cold. It's July. Again, ghosts, stay here.
Yeah, just sit here.
Now, poltergeist activity is highest in the cottages. Now, the cottages are not former slave houses.
So these were built for other purposes, or
they were built for the venue.
Okay,
a couple of the other outbuildings, like the kitchen, the blacksmith shop, they have been converted. But if you come here, you can stay in a former slave quarter. I'm like, then some white lady who's all over Pinterest. I love this. I'm going to be a debutante and I'm going to go sleep. It's like, bitch, if the ghosts are there, I hope they haunt you so hard because you want to be their oppressor.
In life, they were worked to the bone by people that looked like you, and in death, they had to put up with your bullshit.
Also, let's be honest.
As specters on the place they died.
The fictitious Southern Belle, because I know I've said this in previous ones, the head mistress of a plantation, yeah, she might not be doing business like her husband all the time, but she has business and she is running. There is no, I'm going to sit here and drink my mint julep on the porch and enjoy this time. They still were doing shit. They had a role. So there are times when they got to sit down and enjoy a drink and then stare out at the oppression that they were causing without any emotion. But I would say Southern Belles, the stereotypical Southern Belle, would have been all over Pinterest and Yelp and Hobby Lobby. I mean, their descendants are doing it now. So, I mean, it's I can't imagine there's much difference. I do declare I'm going to give this one 4 stars.
I do declare I don't like this place because someone was rude to me. 2.5 stars.
They were rude to you, Karen, because you were being your name. Now, doors open and close. Tables have been mysteriously set for weddings when nobody was on property.
So they just aligned for the wedding, or
they would come back and napkins would be out, chairs would be set, and earlier the chairs had been stacked or had been on top of tables, and they this is a helpful ghost is all I'm going to say is they're just man, they're not paying you shit, so you know what? I'm already dead. I don't need money. I'm going to also make it look like one of these chairs has a poop stain on it just to mess with somebody. Now, let's talk about named ghosts, because there's a couple. William Loyd is the first name ghost. He is seen sitting on the porch. He touches guests without permission.
That's not nice.
No. He apparently likes younger women.
Oh, he's a pervert and, you know.
Note, I said women, not children. So.
Still pervert.
Yes, but he's not on the list.
He's not on the list.
He's not on the list.
Is that just a colloquial now? Just
yeah, he's
not on the
list. Know, if it's not, I'm going to make it.
Yeah.
Oh, God, Bruce Campbell. No, I'm not on the list. That dude was a creep. I never wanted to talk to him. I'm over here going, I love you, Bruce Campbell.
Pray for Bruce.
He'll just end up in hell fighting the Deadites for us before they make it out of the book. Not that he chooses this. It's like he's going to go down there, chainsaw Chuck Norris's bigoted face, and then continue to fight Deadites. I will not apologize. Now, he touches guests, he hides stuff, he moves stuff in rooms in the main house. Some people also note a cologne or a cigar smell with him, but that's like every plantation house ever.
Right. I mean, that, like, if someone's been smoking for, like, a year in a house, it sticks.
Then we have the Union officer, who's sometimes called Harry. Now, he was shot on the 3rd floor when the home was occupied. He had been courting a teacher who lived at Loyd Hall. Or he was courting young Inez, who we'll get to her in a second. He used to play violin for the teacher or Inez. He stayed behind when the army pulled back out of Alexandria to go back to Baton Rouge and the Red River Campaign was ended, and was to ask her to marry him, so either Inez or the teacher, and was shot by her brother on the 3rd floor.
Oh.
He was then buried under the house. Now, a lot of people are like, yeah, whatever. There were remains found underneath the house during the renovations.
Well, damn.
Of a mid-20-year-old male. So somebody was buried in the basement, so it gives the story of Harry or the Union officer just a little bit.
Just a tiny bit.
Of credence. He has been seen walking around the 3rd floor, and disembodied violin music can be heard on the front porch and in the main foyer. So that is Harry, who is the only one, I will say. Oh, him and Mr. Loyd have documented proof that they probably existed.
They existed.
Well, Mr. Loyd did. Human remains that back up the Harry story are very much true. It was
there is at least some documented presence of those two characters.
Now, also Union buttons were found in the basement, but if the house was occupied, a lost button is nothing.
Yeah. I mean, they could have just been like resewing something or something like that.
So now Inez Loyd has a lot of different stories about her, but I'm going to start off with, it is recorded that she died on site. So Inez Loyd was real. She did die in the home. How she died is circumspect because of stories. So either she liked Harry, or she liked another beau. However, she slit her wrists on the 3rd floor when she was stood up by a lover.
Okay, so this is where, like...
So if it was Harry, her brother killed him, she didn't know about it, and she thought he'd just run off with the army after promising to marry her, and also, depending on the story, they had a very nice night underneath the moon by the bayou.
Okay, so they're weaving a tale of all the dead people here.
A little bit, but, like, here's the thing, like, have we heard she was a southern belle and there was a northern man?
Yeah.
This scallywag came down and deflowered her and then ran off, treating her like a trollop.
Yeah, it like I said, it sounds like something like the website would put on there.
Yeah,
to,
100%. Now, here's the thing is, on the 3rd floor, there is a rather large blood stain, or what they call a blood stain, like
it's wine.
Puddle-sized on the wood that they have sanded, and it has come back. Like, they sanded the whole floor, restained the whole floor, and this spot came back. So my first response is that's probably not a stain from blood or anything else. That is more than likely a chemical reaction within the wood. Now, also, could it still be blood stains that are that old because they've been allowed to sit that long and you didn't sand as much as you thought? Yeah. Also, it's a really damn good story.
I mean, it's fun. It's
now, like I said,
story.
some of the stories say that she was spurned or that her brother killed the Union officer. Some say that she jumped out of the window as well, because a lot of people have reported something falling from the third floor out of the window. Now, some say that is Harry, some say that is Inez, but there is some type of spectral figure that is seen falling from the window near the bloodstain. So she might have thrown herself to the to the airs and to the fates when her beau did not return. How many times have I read that story?
Yeah.
She ran into the bayou because her lover ran off with another hoe. You need to be like Dolly, baby. Just make a song about that and make millions. Also, what did Jolene look like?
What did Jolene look like?
I don't know. I've seen Dolly Parton in 82, and that's like 10 plus years older Dolly from when she wrote the song. So I'm like, Dolly still look good at her age now. Like,
it's like you got to be.
And on that note, let me add this so it doesn't sound completely physical. Dolly Parton is a saint we don't deserve. That woman has spent so much money helping to educate children and allow them to, like, hey, Elon Musk, who doesn't listen to this unless his name pops up and your AI picks it up, do like Dolly Parton and give kids book, you fetulant fucking apartheidist.
Well, he's just gonna listen to that and be like, well, I mean, I gave the world
erectile dysfunction. Yes, I know you did. You did, Mr. Musk. You know what? I'm sorry. I'm getting spicy again with this.
He looks like Krang from fucking TMNT.
He looks like the suit Krang was in. Like,
yeah, that's what I mean.
He's Kang's giant baby man from the
Krang
Archie
or
car.
Kang, it doesn't matter. We know, you know who we're talking about, Musk.
Shredder, I'm inside Elon Musk now.
Hello, I'm going to ruin the world.
Oh my god, if we just pull up the shirt and the belly is Krang, it would explain so much.
You know, the Teslas were supposed to explode. Anyway, I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
We have been derailed so much. Like, if y'all don't understand, we record every 2 weeks, and it's about the only time we get to hang out because we're busy.
Yeah, I mean, we're gonna have a little bit more time this summer, but yeah.
Yeah. Anyway, then the last one is Sally Boston was a slave nanny on the property who was poisoned. Again, it's documented. She has been seen in a white outfit walking around the base levels of the house and also appears in what used to be the nursery.
Okay, so she just likes to wander a bit.
The picture that someone put up made me want to call you and go, I think someone photoshopped Ruby.
Oh no.
In a racist outfit, slightly invisible, in a plantation house.
Look like so it's a Southern black midwife looking character.
Okay, you know how we always describe how Mary Laveau looked?
Yeah.
Like Ruby dressed like that.
That's not too bad. I don't mind that.
No, but I'm just saying, like, it doesn't look like the lady was wearing the outfit. It looks like it was all photoshopped badly.
Oh, okay. So they're like, yeah.
Yeah.
She was a black lady.
Yeah.
Ooh.
So,
and we're going to make her look stereotypical.
She was poisoned.
Well, that sucks. You shouldn't do that.
No. Currently, Loyd Plantation is used as a venue for weddings, corporate meetings, and romantic getaways. 200 to 300 people capacity.
That's not bad.
5 bedrooms and breakfast suite, 5 bed and breakfast suites. Those are the cabins. The plantation suites are in the main house. There is a pool. So many pictures on their website. They are fucking proud of this pool. Now, I'll say this. It's in the middle of a working farm. And that pool is not green. It is perfectly blue.
So they have a full-on staff.
Like, they are taking... Like,
it is so weird to have... Like, that seems like such a weird thing to post or put right in the middle of a plantation farm.
Like, you walk out the back door of the original big house, and it is a massive, gorgeous country club-esque pool that is spotless.
And it's like, you know, people used to, like, work and die.
Yeah.
Right out there.
We had to move some bodies when we dug the pool.
Yeah, it's just so weird. Like, I'm sorry, it's such a weird juxtaposition to me.
Okay. Currently, as of the last farming season, it was a sugarcane plantation still.
How?
Or sugarcane farm. The website does not have a history section, but it lists it was built in 1820, and it's on the list of historic landmark.
Isn't it
registry.
So funny that a lot of these plantations are like, we're not going to talk about the history.
Whitewashed, white people party locale now.
They're like, yes, this was an old plantation that had a bunch of slaves. Anyways, come look at our pool.
They had imported workers.
They had imported workers from Africa and some sort of transatlantic agreement. Don't worry about it.
Now, it is featured in Michael Wynn's books of Haunted Central Louisiana. I have the Baton Rouge one from the same Arthur group. They don't have one for our section of the state or Shreveport. Like, everything's down south.
I mean, that makes sense. People forget about us.
Now, A Taste of Louisiana with Chef John Folsey and company did several episodes at the Loyd Plantations for PBS talking about traditional Louisiana cooking from pre-Civil War Louisiana. I actually found one of the episodes and started watching it because this is like 91, 92, man. Like, this is us as little... Like, we watched Chef John Folsey.
Yeah.
And when the first episode I watched, he's going, well, I'm going to make this here. And I'm going to go ahead and tell you, I'm a little bit lighter than the people who made it at this time in 1830. I hope I do them proud. I'm like, hold on, what the fuck? What the fuck? Like, I don't know how to handle this. Like, one, okay, two, like, you're being respectful, but this also seems like respectfully suck my balls type. Like,
sometimes, like, when you hear, like, Southern affectation or, like, Southern, what's the word? Someone that is Southern that is being cordial. Sometimes it can read as
the bless your heart.
Yeah, it's like if you read between the lines, they're like, bitch, what?
If you read between the lines.
Yeah, if you read between the lines, they're saying a lot more.
Now, let me follow this up with TripAdvisor.
Oh, I mean, I figured this was coming.
Because it is a wedding venue and an Airbnb, as well as a non-Airbnb, just a regular B&B. Went in winter. It was misty. The 2 nights we were there, spooky-tastic. Wonderful. Wonderful state. Very clean. They provide puppy pancakes for your dogs.
Oh, that's nice.
That's from 2025.
That's cute.
Expensive, but worth it.
I figured it was going to be expensive.
My husband and I stayed at the plantation all the time as we traveled. The atmosphere was wonderful, and watching the men work in the sugarcane field really gave us the antebellum experience. That one, when I read this, I'm like, what the absolute fuck?
Come again?
This was written back in 2000 and, it was like 2005, 2006. I think I might be off on the date, but it was at least 10 years old. But it's like, hold all the fuck up.
Excuse me. Let's bring it back.
You meant that exactly like it sounded. There is no fucking way that like there is no Samantha. There is no way to fucking fix what you just said.
That is the fucking wildest.
The cabin we stayed in was very dirty, blood on the floor, hair on the toilet. We could not use the pool. Looked like they had just shocked it and we could not see the bottom. Thank goodness we brought our own sheets.
So that's like completely opposite of what we've been hearing.
Next one, crickets. So many crickets.
Oh yeah, I mean, it's a fucking farm field.
I mean, like, I know, okay, one, you and I know this. This person, I feel, came from a big city. And decided that they're going through the South, so let's stay at a plantation. And Loyd Plantation is actually quite affordable. It's not like Myrtle's prices, stupid. Loyd Plantation's prices,
less stupid.
Less stupid. Another one, didn't see a ghost, fell in a hole. That was spooky. Next one, my car keys got left outside.
Okay, but that tells you that's a you problem. Why?
Yeah, but they're trying to like imply maybe the ghost did. Some of the other ones, and I'm not going to read all of them. There's a lot of them that are kind of the same. I put my stuff here and it got moved. We left the room. stuff was on the bed we did not put on the bed.
So it's a lot of people, whether or not, like, some might be fabricated, but it's a lot of people having an experience and be like, yeah, I
will say this one that was funny. My panties were left out for me and folded, and I don't fold them that way. I roll them.
Well, I mean,
I'm going to put that on Mr. Loyd.
God damn it, Mr. Loyd, you fucking pervert.
You master Roshi-ass ghost. Like, yes. Yes, I am an old British man that moved to here. Oh, what is this Victoria's Secret? Don't mind if I do.
Oh, they make them so thin now.
In my day, they had ruffles and there were 8 layers.
This is just one.
Okay, before we
How
make...
many folds does it take? 1, a 2, a 3. I'm sorry.
We made it worse. I will say this. If I came back and my underwear were folded on the bed, because I also roll everything I put in a suitcase to save room. Like, if my stuff was laid out on a bed and I do not remember doing it, I'm going to do this. It's kind of like, I know it was Freya. It had to be. But all of a sudden, the dice, the cursed dice were not where I leave them. They were sitting next to my mouse.
Oh, no.
And I was like, hold on.
Excuse me.
I never touched these. I do have a toddler, though. I don't remember her getting... You know, my toddler moved them. That's how we're...
Yeah, we're just...
Sources. LloydHallPlantation.com, TripAdvisor.com, KPLCTV.com, WeirdSouth.com, bonvoyage.co.uk, Loyd Plantation. Because the British actually love this plantation because it was owned by a British guy.
They're like, oh boy, they did slavery and it was the British.
Oh
boy.
Something I left out. Loyd also pulled what the dude at my house pulled. Like, I'm not a U.S. citizen. So if you fuck with my land.
Oh.
So everybody's like, I don't. Okay. Also, SinLANow.com and RapidsGenealogy.org.
So yeah, I know that wasn't the one you were going to talk about, but no, I like this story. I always like hearing about the different plantations because there's always something just a little bit different about each of them. Even though, like, the through line is that the people that own them are massive pieces of shit. Yeah,
there's not a lot of redemption in that category for them. No,
it's like they might have done some interesting things, like the home house and Loyd.
There is neat history.
But that's not to like.
But that doesn't make
lionize anybody. But anyway, yeah, we are Backwoods Obscura. We release every Tuesday. He's on TikTok doing his thing. I'm on Facebook, not really doing much. But
you could give me more responsibilities.
Well, I don't know. I feel bad.
All I do is edit the stuff for TBA.
Anyway, we are also Team Bonus Action.
Team Bonus Action is a group of friends who like to play games. Currently, the campaign that we have is Flames of Time. It's going to be changing up here in the near future. I'm not sure exactly when. We have a limited number of sessions left, but I don't know what days we're playing because April gets silly. But right now, we are telling people who watch to please donate to the Trevor Project. So if you can help support LGBTQ plus youth, especially trans youth, have a safe place to live and make sure they are homed during this extremely dangerous time for them, we would greatly appreciate it, and we would love you.
And with that, I hope you have a good day or night or whatever time it is over there.
Man, that lady also responded to people's comments on her stuff. I didn't go through the wildest shit that she said, man.
Excuse me.
We
just like movies and want to see the antebellum era.
Dude, it got racist real quick.